Hi YouTube, my name is Katie and you can find me on Instagram and Facebook as Northern Reefs. I've been in this hobby for a long time. I don't know if it's like from 13, 15 years, I'm not sure. And I've been an educator for the last 15 years. So the combination of, one of my hobbies and my career has led me to try out this as a platform. I think by making YouTube videos, I would be able to, share some of my successes, some of my failures, and do things at a little bit deeper level. What I also know in education is that, any of the information that I share, it's out there for you. But I'm hoping to share it in a way that is concise, simple to understand, and applicable, to what you're doing with this hobby as well. So I'm going to start by talking about the system behind me. This is my Innovative Marine 80 gallon. And I like to keep things, as I just said, simple, concise, straightforward. So with this system, there's actually not a lot of equipment. I run the Light, which is a Reef Breeders Meridian. Now I've run Reef Breeders for the last several years. I switched over to their Photon from a different major brand, and I was really happy with the spread, with the color. And so, when the Meridian came out, I was able to get it on this tank as well as my other system, and I've been really happy with it. They're great lights, great spread, great par, and my corals have been really happy with great colorations. So that's the first piece, lighting, and we can go into more detail later on. Second piece, when we're thinking about equipment, we want to make sure that our corals have enough flow, and that comes from your pumps and your power heads. And those pieces of equipment come from the same company. I run Aqua Illumination products in my system. I have the Axis pumps, and then I have the Nero 5 and the Nero 3. And the Nero 5 is actually from way back when, I think it was Reefapalooza, was in Chicago pre-COVID. So it's been a really solid piece of equipment for me. It's been running for a long time. Nero 3, same as well. The Axis, I haven't had that long, but they've been doing a solid job. So I'm hoping that everything will continue to move forward smoothly. And then that leads me to the third piece of equipment. So after lighting, after flow, temperature is huge. And most people, I believe, keep their tanks around 78 to 80 degrees, which to me, that always seems a little bit on the warm side. And so I try to keep my tanks, for various reasons, a little bit on the cooler side. I have the system set to a consistent 76 degrees, and I use the Innovative Marine Helio heater. I feel like that's a pretty solid piece of equipment, in my opinion. I run it on my other system too, and I have for years, which is what led me to get it on this system. I can see the temperature anytime that I want to, and every time I check, it is consistent at those 76 degrees that I set it at. So that's it. I don't run any other equipment on this tank. I'm not running a skimmer right now. I don't have a controller, no other equipment. So with those few pieces of equipment, let's take a look at some tank views. I'll share some top downs, and feel free to ask me any questions that you may have.